Everybody, it's Richard Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. It is a cool Monday here, and it's still a lazy Sunday up in the Northern Hemisphere. So I hope you guys are having a good day off up there in the United States, Europe, and places. And of course, it is super sunny here. Beautiful, gorgeous day. Wow, it's nice to have it. I went for a nice walk this morning. Was pretty nice. And now here I am on the live to cover Richard Hart's beautiful charts on Pulsechain. He loves them. And it's great because we love them too. So that's mutual shared interest. So kind of cool. Get into the chat there, folks, and say hello. It's a bit quiet there today. Obviously, people are away in the weekend, maybe doing some stuff, but we're going to get into some cool stuff. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's go to have a look at the markets. It's probably going to be, I don't know how long the live stream will be, but we'll just go as we casually stroll through the charts and see how things are going. All right, so let's get into it. We've got the crypto markets at the moment looking pretty good. Bitcoin there at $48,223. That's awesome, right? I already hit the target, up 1%. The dominance is 51.45 cents. So bring on altcoin season, right? That's what we're waiting for. Bitcoin is like the ocean, lifting all the boats. All the altcoins are like the boats. ETH is like, I don't know, Destiny of the Seas or one of those big type of cruise ships. So pretty good. Ethereum there at $2,506. Up 1/3%. A bit of a mixed bag across the rest of the altcoins. Chainlink, though, is up 7% to $20.16. And BCH there, Bitcoin Cash, is up 11% to $276. So not too bad there as well. All right, let's get into the Bitcoin chart. And we might get rid of the overlays there. But Bitcoin there, look at that chart. Is that beautiful? That chart is beautiful. Really looking at that chart. Looking so good. So we've got Bitcoin there at $48,183 on the rise there, bounced off that 50 moving average. So looking really good. And man, it's almost back up to the high that we had at the Bitcoin ETFs, right? So back on the 11th of January there, and we got to a high of $49,102. So far today, we've been up at $48,614. So we're not far away. Man, this is glorious. We're just still at the beginning too of the bull run. But certainly we've had some strong opening months since November. Really cool. All right, so 48,196. What else can be said about this? Now, this is Bitcoin. Now, obviously, if we add the overlays in, we're going to be just quickly checking, just reminding ourselves what's coming up. And that is the Bitcoin halving is getting ever so closer. Almost 2 months away. We're counting it down. 65 days to go to the Bitcoin halving, and a bullish from there. Like after that, man, it's just going to run. It's going to be so good. We might have a little bit of a dip maybe for a month possibly, but really I find that's probably going to be hard to do unless we have some profit taking, but really should get very bullish after that. Remember the Bitcoin block there getting down to 3.25 Bitcoin per block. The other one is we've got, what else are we going to say about that? I think that's it for the moment. Let's move over to, I've got the wrong chart there. Let's go over to Ethereum. And Ethereum there is bolting as well over the 50 moving average there. Ethereum's got a lot of way to run, right? Waiting for altcoin season. Ethereum to lead the way. Ethereum there, not too bad. In fact, am I in the right price here? I think I am. I've got the wrong, you might have the wrong, you got market cap at the moment. 300 billion on the market cap. Don't know why I got the market cap chart, but hey, I did. Anyway, we're moving up over on Ethereum. And of course, we've got Prodank sharding in March. And we've got, what's the other one? Ethereum ETFs in May. So March, April, May, bullish for crypto. About as good as it gets, really. The lineup this first half of the year is about as good as it gets. Let's get into Pulsechain though, because as you guys know, Richard Hart does love the charts. So let's get into a bit of Richard Hart first before we get into day 275. Let's play a little bit of Richard Hart. There we are. Richard Hart loves the Pulsechain charts, and he's smiling away there, sitting at some cabana house. He's pretty happy about that. So I do like that overlay there. That's pretty hilarious. We'll probably bring more of that back a bit later on. anyway, we don't get too much of that. We are family channel after all. Pulsechain there is at 000141. Don't forget to get in the chat there, folks. Get lively. Let me just post that. We've got Pulse there, 000141, up 2.5%, 1.4, 40% above the sacrifice price, basically 41%. So that is slowly moving up on people. Pulsex though, at 000585, up 2.83%. Still a way to go to get back to the mean sacrifice price. So Pulsex has got a lot of value still hidden in it. It's up 2.83% today. And the buy and burn is almost at 700 billion. It is currently 697.6 billion on the buy and burn. So that is just slowly creeping up on everybody as well. 3.41%. Remember, that's part of the special magic sauce that Pulsechain and Pulsex has compared to other chains. Incentive token there is up 1.58%, up $3 at $3.06. The ratio is probably more important though. That's at 21,692. We do have how many tokens? 23.7 million incentive tokens in supply. Remember, those are emitted from the Pulsex farms in V1, and we've had 118,000 tokens burned through the TRH game via protocol from Jacobs Ecosystems. And then we've got Hex at the moment. PHEX is at 1.77 cents, just down almost 0.5% at the moment, and EHEX there at 99 hundredth of a penny, almost 1 cent. So the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 2.76 cents. So it is getting very close, folks. It is getting very close to have a runaway. Remember, Sunday typically in the US is a quiet day, and these are looking pretty good today. So what's the week ahead going to bring? Are we really going to break out over that 3 cents and say goodbye? Is it all going to be too late for people that missed the boat? We're going to find out, I think, very soon. So I'm really liking where Hex is poised for at the moment. So that's the chart results for today, 275. Let's jump over to the charts here at the moment. 0014 on the price there. And looking at that chart looks fantastic. So really on the upside, on the ascendancy is the old Pulsechain there. And the RSI is getting a bit warm here. A bit not quite overbought, but getting pretty close at 68 on the daily. But we do have a bullish cross on the MACD. Look at that, looking pretty good. Is that going to get tempered by the RSI? We'll find out this week coming up. But I suggest to you it's going to be up and away there. And let's go to the weekly to see how much overhead that is. Yeah, we've got plenty of room in the weekly there at 60. So we might have a little bit of consolidation and move higher there. RSI still got plenty of way to go on the weekly there. All right, let's jump over to Pulsex. Pretty similar story on Pulsex here. Very bullish. RSI almost in the overbought territory at 68, so still room to move higher. And yeah, that's all we're going to say about that. I think the weekly is probably pretty similar as well. Yeah, weekly, even more room to move there, 61. Now we are waiting for PowerCity's Earn protocol. That is a major blue chip for this. So it's going to be pretty fun to see. We've got a few people popping in the chat there finally. I don't know why there was no one in there at the time. Good evening, Superman. Good to see Academiciated. Good to see you in the house. And Brennan as well. Morning, Superman and family. Hey, Brennan, always a pleasure. Let's move on. All right, so let's get into incentive token. Incentive token as well, 3.06 on the dollars. The ratio, though, is at 21,690. So we're still sitting on the bottom of this little range that we've created, this little zigzag range, and hopefully we'll get a rally. I think pretty much the next rally we should break the 24,000 and off to the races if the markets continue up. But like I said, the RSI is getting a little heated. Maybe we need a bit of consolidation. We'll see how next week goes there. If Bitcoin decides to pop over 50K, it's game on, right? We'll get overheated RSIs because everything's going to go up and to the right. So just take that into account. Bitcoin's getting pretty close to that, isn't it? Academiciates says Super Bowl Sunday here in the States. Well, that explains a lot there. Thanks for the insight there. I did see Super Bowl on the X profile as well. Wait for what protocol? We're waiting for the PowerCity Earn protocol, which is a fork of Liquidity. It's going to collateralize Pulsex and issue the third stablecoin on Pulsechain called PXDC. So that's what we're waiting for. It's bullish for Pulsex and incentive token in particular, and indirectly for everything else like Pulsechain. All right, that is incentive token. Let's go to Hex there. PHEX at the moment, 1.77 cents. The weaker out of the three, but man, I think once Hex goes, it's going to absolutely rocket it. We've got a bullish EMA cross here. The cool thing about this chart compared to Pulse and Pulsex and that, the RSI is getting a bit heated, almost at 70, but we're still pretty chill on Hex here at 59.60. So we've got a lot of room to move on Hex compared to Pulsex and Pulse. because we've got all that room in the RSI, so we really could have a nice little pump here on the Hex. And once we get over that 3 cents mark combined, it's game on. And you can see that also the MACD is crossing bullish too here. So that's could be the beginning of a nice little pump in here like that. So keep a lookout, folks. It's going to be fun. Bring on the Hex. And of course, yesterday, if you didn't see my show yesterday, we covered a lot of hypey, exciting things, price predictions and all that sort of stuff for Hex. So definitely check that out. What from $1 to $5 to $10, we covered all sorts of different perspectives on where Hex is going. And definitely it's doable with Richard Hart on the deck and more whales and influencers getting attracted to Pulsechain. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, so that's PHEX. EHEX as well had the hyper pump yesterday. Really was the star. Look at those big, nice, big green jumps there as well. Basically almost at 1 cent at the moment, being just above that earlier today. But that's kind of where we are at the moment. We've got 15 minutes to go until the day ends. We've got a bullish cross there as well. So everything looking very good for Hex. Hex has got to be the leading contender at the moment, at least until Power City Earn protocol comes, and they're held back by the delay in the Fetch Oracle ramping up. So that's kind of what's holding back that in some degree, which is probably going to be good at the end of the day. Timing is everything, and I think the timing's not too bad for when it launches. But at the moment, PHEX got to be the shining star, and man, so close to breakout, right? Let's have a look at the breakout here. So this is EHEX and PHEX combined. Remember that Pulsechain was a full system state copy of Ethereum back on the 10th of May last year. And so everything got copied over from Ethereum over to Pulsechain. And we've got and since then, we've obviously had tons of new projects launched as well on Pulsechain. But the price at the moment, 2.75 cents a combined price. This is on 15-minute chart. Let's go to the daily, have a quick look at that. What else? I've got a couple of comments in there. Accommodesiated says, can't wait to put that PulseX to work on Earn. Yeah, it's going to be huge, dudes and dudettes. It's going to be absolutely massive. Wookie feels 49 today. Hey, nice one there, Wookie. Happy birthday to you. All right, so presuming he's talking about his birthday. What else there? We got happy birthday. We got 2.7 cents. So, man, once we get over this 3 cents, back in October, we tried to break 3. We almost broke the 3 on the 18th of January. But, man, we're getting pretty close, and we've got higher lows in here. Let's see how we go. We've got plenty of room in the RSI, a bullish environment, Bitcoin heating up. Once we break this 3 cents, we've got Richard Hart posting out some bullish stuff. Then it's up and away. And I know you guys like it. Hex is the place to be. And once it goes, it's going to go. So don't get left behind. It's just the way it goes there. Anyway, Richard Hart does love the charts, and this is how he thinks they're beautiful. And he's been dancing to this for some time for the charts. So there we are. There's Richard Hart dancing to how beautiful the charts are. Looking beautiful, isn't Richard Hart there as well? All right, kind of cool. Let's move on. All right, so that is the charts today for Richard Hart tokens. Let's jump over to the validators, have a quick look at that. We're at 52,798 validators. I was talking to a pretty decent sized validator yesterday. They're very happy with the way the validating is going, and they were about to add another validator or two. So there we go. Good luck to them. What else? Let's go to the gas prices. Gas there at 300,000 beats, so a little bit higher than normal. 2 cents for a PulseX swap there, so it's getting a little bit more expensive. You guys know what Richard Hart thinks about the chain getting more expensive, right? And I think we've got a little video on that, so let's play that. Richard Hart and the Pulsechain fees getting just a little bit more expensive as the chain gets more popular, as more protocols get on it, as more users, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yes, if it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up, and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing. You cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value on the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.
All right, so that's a Richard Hart there about slowly as the chain gets full. In other words, more whale money, more whale across the bridge, more money across the bridge, as I say, more users, all that sort of stuff, more protocols, developers. Then the chain slowly gets more valuable, right? So kind of cool. Now, what else there? Now, someone Pineapple Love, you said what both Hex chart peer name. Well, I post that if you want to get that. That's on Investex. That is the link to that combined chart for PX and EX there. Pretty cool. All right. Do I have the link to that video? No, but I'll probably put it on Discord if you want. If you ask for it in Discord, I'll post it to you there. I think it will. The data size will be able to fit, so you can check that out. Anyway, so that is the price there. We've got Pulse at the moment at 9/100th of a penny, and a PRC 20 transfer at 3/10th of a penny there. Almost 1,200 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. $18 to do a swap on Ethereum. Now remember, today is typically the cheapest day on Ethereum to do transactions because it's a sort of a Sunday on the US, and plus obviously the game's on. But that does look like on the expensive side at the moment. So maybe Gwei's not quite come down yet. Yeah, 20 Gwei at the moment. So it is coming down. Maybe in a couple of hours from now, it will get down much lower. Obviously, there's been a lot of activity around NFTs, ERC 404s, and the price pumping. So that's probably why Gwei's been so high, last week and into the weekend. But like I say, you probably best bet for low Gwei is later today. 1,830 times cheaper than Bitcoin at the moment. $1.63 to send stuff on Bitcoin. Let's go to the bridge. This is the heart of it now. Look at that. Woohoo! I like that number. $134.6 million has been bridged over. That is so good, folks. Really is amazing. We're loving that. We're watching that number all the time. That's bringing economic energy into the Pulse chain. Looking so good. What else do we got? Andrew Reynolds. Hi, everybody. Good to see Andrew. Welcome to the chat there as well. And a big special shout out to Sandy Beach, one of our moderators, and of course, the influencer in her own right there on X social platform with health and fitness. A member for 23 months. This is the best channel, says Sandy Beach. I appreciate that. Big shout out to you. We're not worthy. I'm doing the bow there. And 23 months, that makes you one of the longest members supporting this channel. And I super duper appreciate it. Thank you so much. And a big shout out from Sandy Beach as well. There we go. Pineapple Love says, thanks, you're most welcome. Here, I switched it up, says Sandy Beach. Yes, well done. I like that one. Yeah, hello, Hex Token first. Yeah, it's easy for me to post. JB's in the house there. Hi, everybody. Good to see JB, and welcome to the chat. So that is Pulse Chain, folks, for day 275. Those are the results, and looking pretty good. We're going to be starting day 276, heading towards 300 days, I guess, which is about 10 months. So it's really starting to get mature as Pulse Chain too. Let's jump into the rest of the charts. We're going to talk about the second category, of course, is PRC 20s. I'm sure Richard Hart loves these as well because they're a lot of fun. And, there's lots of theories going around about P-Dye and Atropa and things like that. So, liquidity there. Let's have a look. So P-Dye was making a move again yesterday. It's cooled off a bit now, but man, look at that move it was making. So, it got all the way up to 2,900 again. So almost 0.3 of a penny, and just got sold off a bit now. But man, it's still pushing higher. It wants to go higher. It's almost like it's going to fulfill the aspirations that people have that wants to get to $1. And here we go. We've just got this higher low. It's coming up again to challenge this resistance. We have had a new all-time high on 30th of January, which was not too long ago, at 3,200th of a penny. So it is getting up there. And man, once this breaks another high, breaks 0.3 of a penny or 3,300, it's off to the races to 1 cent. And when it gets to 1 cent, you know what people do? They start thinking about 10 cents, right? I mean, it's going to be some profit taking. Let's be fair. But once this gets to 1 cent, they start to believe again at the 10 cents. And so it starts to slowly push the price. Now it's all going to happen probably in straight away, but man, oh man, it consumes some consolidation and away up where you go. And then of course, if it gets to 10 cents, people start to believe what? $1. They start talking about $1, don't they? And so we'll see how we get on there. So it's a bit of fun to watch PDI moving along there. What else is pretty interesting? Let's just go through some of those. The Troper up 2.7%. Chainlink, which we saw that was up on Ethereum, is up 19% here on Chainlink. And so that's actually doing not too badly on our top PRC20s. Yeah, nice little update there. Let's go into, we've got the daily candles here. We're almost about to go into the weekly candles for Pulsechain, aren't we? Because we're getting so much data now. But that is looking pretty good. In fact, breaking into almost a new range, isn't it? Not quite there yet, but pushing, trying at the moment. And it's got plenty of room on the RSI to do it, isn't it? Look at that. Plenty of room there. So that is a Chainlink on Pulsechain. What else is looking interesting? Yep. Compound is looking good too. Up 19%. That's only 10K liquidity. But it has been pumped today. Look at that. That's Compound got pumped today. Some of these smaller, some of these PRC20s, if you wait long enough, it can make mad gains on them, I'm sure, if they've got a bit of, decent enough brand name. Only 10K liquidity there, so a small retail play on that one. All right, let's jump over to our third category, as you guys know, is meme coins. And let's see what's been performing there. We are sorting by liquidity, right? So we've got the biggest liquidity at the top right, and we're just going through those. Access Alive is pretty much cooled at 23,000. Reflux is up today, 15%. So let's have a quick look at Reflux. And that is up today. Look at that. Nice little volume candle in there and a nice little pump there as well. Let's see how we're going. I'll just auto queue this. So it's very close to breaking in another high there, folks. It's slowly got this kind of little uptrend here, a little side channel up, slightly up. If we break this 00038, man, that's up into the races. The next target would be almost a 2x there, right? So that is a 2x, 0007. So if it breaks here, up and away is old Reflux there. So that might be a little speculative tip there of the day. Not financial, advice and all that, but, it's kind of looking good. All right, so that is pretty much it on the Reflux. That's RFX, by the way. What else there? Duck token, the one this has been very volatile. Is this Greg the Duck that Somi talks about? Somi. So a big volume coming today and a hyper pump today. Look at that. Wow. So they got hyper pump today. I had a decent volume yesterday, big volume today, and we've got 2 minutes left in this chart. So 2 minutes left in this. Got all the way up to 8 zeros 14.44. Currently at 8 zeros 12.24. So a very low price still. Market cap 1.2 million. So still a lot of room for this speculative one to go up. Once again, do your due diligence in that and check out a bit more buying it. I haven't really checked much about it. I've seen on X platform a bit, but not really following it that much. But there we are, big hyper pump. Potentially got a lot of upside. 84K. If there's a big enough community of enough belief. Oh, look at that. You saw that in real time. Just pumped up there to 12.98. It is what it is, speculative. So you decide. All right, so that is pretty much on Duck. And what else is going there? Pepperlorian up 13% today. That's pretty much it. So let's move on to the main event, and that is the Pulsechain projects. See what is happening here. So remember, we're sorting by liquidity. Let's see here. What is standing out at the moment? Nothing standing out, is it? Hocus Pocus. Okay, so Hocus Pocus is standing out, and look at that. Looking good. 2490 with 5 zeros. 631,000 market cap, so there's still plenty of room to move to the upside. Remember, Hocus Pocus does have the yield wizard, the farming wizard. That's all the dexes in one sort of place. Well, not all of them, but most of them in one place, and you can do farming there. They've got their own wizard products that you can get, the cauldron and things like that. They've also got one of the 6 NFT marketplaces live at the moment, Pulse Market, which is a pretty good market. So it's got a lot of going for it. And up 24% today. That chart is looking really, really good. So there we are, Hocus Pocus looking like a boss. Look at that thing, looking like a boss. So, and plenty of room to move that market cap and that market cap. So do your due diligence. I'll give it a rocket. That is Hocus Pocus, HOC. What else is looking pretty good? Well, Beetroot is almost dead, isn't it? Down 20% again today. Obviously, the rug pull, our second, as far as I remember, the second main rug pull on Pulsechain that we've had so far. Remember, the first one was that GMX fork. I just forgotten the name of it right now, but that was the first one that we had. Now the second one is Beetroot, which is probably even more severe. because they had built up a pretty decent reputation. Quadruple 016, so that's going down. Liquidity down to 41k at the moment. Left on that, and of course there's the other token which has got hardly any liquidity, which is Sweet Token. Yesterday I looked at it, had 2,000. Best thing is typically to sell and move on. Is typically the way to go. But you never know. It's crypto. These things can continue on a little bit for a while. But like Luna Classic, right, just keeps going for some reason. Pulse LN, so the big on-ramp super fast, and Bitcoin Lightning Network on-ramp, the Pulsechain, is up 9.5% today, so that's doing pretty well. And I do like that. There's no reason not to like it. So there it's breaking up into new highs. Look at that. Woo-hoo. Now just getting a bit overbought on the RSI. So just be cautious there, but it has broken into a new range where it crossed over 3 cents. There's now 4.5 cents. So we've covered this every day, and off this is gone. So up really nice gains, 4.5 cents over 3 cents. What's that, 50%? So pretty nice gains, and it's continuing to go higher. Market cap 4.5 million. One of our main on-ramp, off-ramps, and super fast is Pulse LN, so doing pretty well. What else is looking interesting amongst the charts? Holy is up 14% with a small amount of liquidity. That is kind of the highlights today amongst the top Pulsechain projects on Pulsechain. We also got the PRC 404s, which launched recently, and they're still going. Look at this. Gophers are even up higher. Now, Gophers there with, was it Dipcatcher? He put in some more liquidity stages on V3, I think it was. And man, the price has gone up again to $879 for a Gophers. And yes, some mad gains in that. Remember, if you get one Gopher, then it will mint you a NFT. It is a PRC20, PRC721, or NFT hybrid, and super good for NFTs. Maybe the wave of the future. Remember, this format has not really been formally approved. It's kind of a rebel one there. The first one was Pandora that launched on Ethereum back on, what month are we? 2nd of February, I think it was. And that reached up some insane amount. I don't even know what it is at the moment, but it was something like 25,000. And here we are. Gophers is the first one on Pulsechain by Dipcatcher, so well-known developer and a highly credible team with Maximus, so very good credibility background. And this is doing pretty well. He's done some front ends for this as well. So if you want to get see that, you can see his front end stuff to see the NFTs and other things that they have there. So pretty good is that one. Now the other one that's out at the moment, of course, is Hoax from 9mm ecosystem, another team that builds on Pulsechain, and their prices come all the way down. So not doing so well with the liquidity, not like Gophers. This goes to show you leadership and skill set there. But in any case, down to $1,000 at the moment for a Hoax. Got what did it get up to? Got up to $3,200. Ouchie. Don't want to buy the top, folks. Don't want to buy the top. Okay, so we've got two different experiences there going on. And Gophers has continued to rise, and Hoax has been sold off. So you know, it is what it is, right? That's the way the markets go. So those are kind of the highlights there at the moment on the crypto. Now let's go to Pulsechain projects one more time, and we've got some news around 9inch. I know many of you may have participated in 9inch. Not that I promoted it on this channel. I never did the promotional referrals on him. But let's jump over to the chart here. As you guys know, had a big sell-off, had a lot of issues started off with, but they have been making better. They have been improving. So that's kind of cool. Been doing a bit more marketing. I think they can still do a lot more, but they're heading in the right direction. They're adding new products. We talked about their launch pad they added about 2 days ago, and now they've added another single-sided staking pool called Coin Pool or something like that. Anyway, the price is starting to recover. It's almost about to break out, so maybe a time to re-entry back in here. You decide. It's not something for me to say, but it definitely looks like it's almost about to break up to the upside and get back over the main sacrifice price, which I think was about 1663 or somewhere in there. I'm pretty sure it was up here. Was it 18? I can't remember now. It was one of these zones here. Maybe it was a bit higher, but it was in here somewhere, the break even that I worked out. And yeah, so it looks like it's going back up there, up 2.6% today. So pretty modest liquidity, 927,000, market 15. But let's go to the news. So 9inch DEX there. Something new appeared again on 9inch. Go to Launchpad and then Coin Pool. So that's the new single side staking there. You can stake your BBC token. Now, you guys know whenever you take your BBC or any of your tokens that are rich, that are valuable. Like BBC is obviously the incentive token for 9inch. You can then you can stake it now on here and earn a new token. So choose from 14 pools available. You got to hurry though. These pools are only last for 14 days. There's no impermanent loss, of course, that you have with normal liquidity pools with single-sided staking. So you can't lose your BBC tokens. Basically, it's just a win. Single-sided staking without lockup. BBC is a meme coin yielding asset. So that is the BBC token. Let's have a quick look at the BBC token and see what that is worth at the moment. Over here we've got BBC 9inch there. So it looks like it's worth, actually, which one is there I'm looking for? BBC, we'll look at that one. Looks like it's gone. It's actually had a nice little pump. It's now at 7 cents. So this looks like it might break out as well. Had a nice little volume coming here on this news recently with the launch pad and now the coin pool. And at 7 cents there, looks like it may try and break out to the upside. Man, it got sold off big time. Remember when it was over $1? So now it's at 7 cents. But hey, look, got all the way down at 2.5 cents. Now it's back at 7 cents. So it has been making some moves high here. And so yeah, that is a launch today. Let's go have a look at those pools. So all you have to do is go to Launchpad, which is brand new from about 2 days ago. And they've got their airdrop and deploy. Basically, you can deploy your own token and you can airdrop it as well to different addresses. So those are 2 new features. We covered that the other day, but now they've got the new one, coin pools, and that will bring up the pools. They've obviously already had some single-sided staking live for a while anyway with these pools, but now they've got a whole ton of new ones, right? So these are only going to last for 2 weeks. So you can see them earn TF, flop, Sir, Bastard, I guess that is DCT, Lynch, all these other tokens here, VAG. I don't know what they all are, but they've got a whole list of tokens you can earn, and you can see the amount. We've got a little bit, a couple $100, couple $1,000 in there, a couple $100. So people have gone into these pools. I'm not sure the value of those particular tokens, but it's a bit of study you might have to do there. But that's with 9inch. So congratulations to them. That is pretty much it. Now, you guys know I've been talking about Algo. And so you can get a 90% bonus using the link in the video description. Now, PUSD Algo is from Jacob's ecosystem. Obviously, he is doing incredible with DeFi on Pulsechain. PulsePot is doing spectacularly well. That is the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. It is really leading DeFi in the world, not only on Pulsechain, and that's doing very well with the price as well. Now, obviously, he's doing multiple projects. He's got multiple developer teams, and he sort of manages all that. We're waiting for TRRH v4 to come out. That's the GameFi protocol that did so well on Pulsechain, and also obviously had an issue with the code at the end, but we're waiting for v4, which will be a fix-up and another level, next level for that game. Also TYCZ, DeFi Binance protocol, waiting for that. And ultimately this one here, PUSD Algo, the potentially the 4th stable coin on Pulsechain, and could be absolutely massive. And as you guys know, I really like to follow the big value utilities, and this here could be massive. We've already seen how big Liquid Loans, and we also know how big Power City is going to be with their Earn protocol. Well, and we also know that Coast has done well with their fiat-backed stablecoin. So having an algorithmic stablecoin in the mix would be the perfect completion to that. And of course, PUSD Algo has been tested as a prototype, was very successful in its operation, and bodes well for the future. Now, the scalability of this could be huge. You guys know Terra Luna was huge, but Terra Luna had some problems. Those problems hopefully have been fixed up with this full DeFi approach that Jacob has set up here with stability miners and limit orders. So taking away that human element, taking away some of the flawed aspects around Anchor and the yield offering at 20%, and also the redemption issuance and redemption mechanism as well, making that simplified and automatic. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And so far, you guys can get in early. The cool thing, this will be a sacrifice, of course. Now, it's not a sacrifice like other protocols, because 75% of the funds are going day one, are going back into the protocol. So you're not wondering where the money goes, as I always say. It is really cool. So 50% is going to go into the liquidity pools. There's going to be about 3-4 liquidity pools set up at least. And then, of course, 25% is going in the stability miner, which is the secret source of this protocol, full DeFi. And so there's 11 days left to get into it. We're on day 79. Now, you can get 2 different bonuses at the moment. You can get a 90% referral bonus, which you can find in the link in the video description, which is pretty much the second highest you can get. And number 2, if you do $1,000 sacrifice inclusive of the referral bonus, then you will get access to bonus X, which is the second bonus. There's a multiplier between 1.01 and 2x. You don't know what it's going to be. It's randomly generated, so that's an extra bonus there. Now, for every dollar you get, including all the bonuses, you get 20 algo per US dollar sacrifice, 200 flex, which is the incentive token, and 0.01 wrap PUSD. Now, algo is kind of like the Luna coin or Luna token, and PUSD obviously is the stable coin, a bit like CSD was for Terra Luna. But remember, this is full DeFi, so it's a very different approach to stabilization. And of course, Flex is the incentive token. So any activity somebody does on the platform, like issuing a stable coin, staking, earning, or anything else they're going to do, they're going to earn Flex tokens, and they're going to get paid not from an inflation token, but they're getting paid from a utility. The V3 pool is going to collect fees, and they'll get paid from those fees. So it's very clever the way they're set up. 0.01 will be the wrapped PUSD. It's the wrapped reward version of the PUSD, which has got like staking, what do you call it, staking emissions on it. So you only get it out certain times and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. So you can check out a lot of stuff. I've got videos on the channel here, 2 videos with Jacob. Check that out. Do your investment due diligence and stuff like that. Obviously, it's speculative, but the scale ability is massive. A relatively small capital outlay for the sacrifice, maybe up to $1 million or so. We'll see how that goes. There's still question mark, but the potential upside is massive, right? So yeah, this is really, really one of those fun opportunities that you can get, participate with. There's obviously going to be a mint function. You'll be able to mint PUSD with Algo coin. Algo coin is going to be the popular coin. Everyone's going to be after that, and a lot of people will be after the stable coin. Stability miner, you'll be able to provide liquidity to help peg the stable coin, and you'll be able to use many different LP pools to help do that. And of course, there's going to be earn protocol there. If you're doing activity on the site, you're going to earn Flex token, the incentive token. And of course, you're going to be able to stake the main coins there, Algo and PUSD. A bit like Anchor, you're going to be able to earn some yield, a lot more modest though, not that 20% was way too high, but you've got some indicative percentages here for the Algo and the stablecoin. Now, PUSD, of course, is the best brand name you could possibly have for a stablecoin on Pulsechain, Pulsechain USD. So the branding is absolutely awesome. There's going to be a redemption for stablecoins back to Algo. And so forth, and of course swapping there as well, V3 DEX and everything else. So there's a lot more information under docs, which you can go to docs and you can read up a lot more of the geek stuff on there before you decide to participate. But that's all sitting in there as well, and read your heart out on that. Pretty nice. Now, if you want to participate in the sacrifice process, just use the link in the video description. You get a 9% bonus. So you're going to be winning straight away. You can use any of these tokens on Pulsechain or anything on Ethereum here. And of course, all you have to do is send it to this sacrifice address, E223. Remember, once you connect to the wallet, it will record your sacrifice, and you'll see the amount of stable coins, amount of coins that you'll get, Algo, Flex, and Wrap PUSD. You'll see the total supply at the bottom of the website as well. That's an issuance. Now, 2 things. Firstly, the sacrifice, like I say, 75% is going straight back into the protocol day 1, so you're not wondering where all the money went. And number 2, the commercial upside could be massive on this, not being over-calorized like many other sacrifice projects are, but having that perfect upside, which is kind of cool. Now, once again, it's still speculative. It is a innovative full DeFi approach, and that's kind of what you're backing for the win there. Multiple ways of earning, so it should be very attractive to a lot of participants on Pulsechain, and I'm very excited about it. So get in there, folks. PUSD Algo, first algorithmic stablecoin coming to Pulsechain, and will help solve what they call the stablecoin trilemma problem, and that is scalability, high TVL, and big players coming in to fund these. So very excited about that. We've seen a lot of big money come over the Pulsechain bridge recently, and man, you could imagine some of the money that may come into PUSD Algo on the news that they can scale up on this too. So very excited about this. All right, get into it, folks. We're going to get into the Hex daily stats, of course, the Hex update. I'm not sure where we got the news out here, but check out hex.com. Become a Hex miner with T-shares. So buy Hex on Ethereum or Pulsechain and get some T-shares and start mining more Hex. We're waiting for the results to come out for day 1532. We haven't got that out yet, but we do have yesterday's number. 6.892 Hex was yesterday's number, and the price was up 11.5%. So the price is going up, and the yield is looking really, really good. So it's a good time to be in Hex. We haven't got today's results, will probably come out in another 20 minutes or so, and not quite out yet. We've got 9.5 million T-shares in the ownership pool, and the reward pool, which the ownership shares, is 65.5 million. pretty modest penalties lately as well. Growth numbers are starting to climb a bit there. We've got up 20 today, or yesterday, I should say, and we've had a little bit of minor growth there. So things are kind of turning around. We'll try and cover those numbers for that as well coming up there. I think we've got Pulsechain number too, yeah. So Pulsechain number 6.86 as well. So pretty similar numbers there, and the prices are going up also. So you're winning on yield, you're winning on price. Hex, man, check it out. It is amazing. What else we got happening there? Just looking over at some of these numbers. Pretty modest penalties, so looking good, folks. We're waiting for day 1532. They'll probably come out. We may cover that tomorrow. We're currently on day 1533, and of course, day 276 is just starting up for Pulsechain as well. So we'll check out the results tomorrow. All right, that's pretty much it. Now, if you haven't joined our Discord, the link is in the video description. But we've also got Discord membership is $5 a month if you want to get access to all the strategy discussions we have, all the early intel that we have. If you want to get all access to all the Pulsechain and Hex information and all the project teams information, then get into Discord. If you want to hang out with some of the best people in the Pulsechain Hex community, get in there, folks. It really is cool. We also have a games room, much more, $5 a month, 16 cents a day, the best place to be for sure. And you never know what's going to happen in the future. So, yeah, take care. If you want to get a bit more than that, if you want the alpha and for multi-chain strategy room, get into that, $35 a month. We have an incredible team there, and we're covering some of the best projects with high probability and potentially big returns there. But once again, it's $35 a month, so get in there on that one. Multi-chain, we cover Ethereum, Pulsechain, BNB, Polygon. It really is a cool place, and you find lots of cool opportunities there. So that link is in the video description, and I'm sure other people may have posted it. Let's catch up with a couple of people in the chat there. We're up to 41 minutes on the live. We're doing pretty well today since it is a lazy Sunday after all, or Monday here Down Under. In good old New Zealand. Stand proud. What else there? Let's see here. What else we got? We got JB Marines came in. I remember that. Sandy Beach is at a Super Bowl party. So have a great stream. You too, Sandy, and have a great party. Wookie feels like a chief today. Well done there, Wookie. You are a chief of your tribe. Morning, Superman. Thanks for calling Richard Hart for me yesterday. Says Rod Fitzpatrick. Oh, you're welcome. Pineapple Love says, yes, best channel for updates and news. Hey, thanks, Pineapple Love. That's for sure. What else there? Sandy says, thank you. I'm signing off. You sound like you're on the news channel. Maybe you should start streaming, Sandy. You'll be a big influencer like some of the ones on X platform if you start doing streaming as well. You can do it with just do it with some AI image or something. I don't know. Roderick Patrick says, I reckon PDI to $2 becomes the world's most valuable stable coin, says Rod. And the Bloodfish King in there with the emojis looking good there, Bloodfish King. Who else has jumped in here? That is the link to the Discord. Yeah, Hex Token Discord there. Join up today, as we say, or the Strategy Club, which is really, really cool. We had a good session the other day, so stay tuned. We've got another one coming up this week with all the alpha. Brenda says what's it? Cicadis. Is that some Mexican word? Cicadis is Superman's background. Excited for the pump. I'm trying to work out how to pronounce it. I'm going to give up on that one. Join the Strategy Club today. Yeah, you can either join the Strategy Club with Wookie's link there. There we go, and become part of the team. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. It's been pretty good. Do you guys want a Magic Carp ride? Do you guys want a Magic Carp ride? Get on the Pulsechain, man. It's still not too late, but still very early. And particularly Pulsex and stuff looking good. Hex is looking good. So there's lots of good stuff there. Some of the top projects are looking great. You can get and accumulate some of that for your portfolio. Really is going to be a fun time in this bull market. And Richard Hart is on the battlefield. So it's good to see the king is marching forward with his knights and shining armor. And it's going to be fun. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll play your favorite little video here. Let's do that. Here we go. Bam. There we go. That is Richard Hart. He's happy about the Pulsechain charts. The Pulsechain charts are looking beautiful, and so is Richard Hart apparently today. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoy it and enjoy that Magic Carp ride. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
If someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.